Hello, my name is Ilona and today is Monday, November 28th, 2024. And in this video, I just want to take a look first of all at the energy of Kamala, because we really are heading towards, of course, the November 5th, which is going to be very important worldwide, but especially, of course, for the USA. So first I'm going to take a look at the energy of Kamala. Then I want to take a look at the energy of everything concerning the November 5th and the energy of the voting. And last, I want to take a look at the energy of the Netherlands. I just thought it was interesting to look at that as well. Of course, obviously, I'm Dutch myself. So first of all, the energy of Kamala. That was very interesting. First, we have the Six of Pentacles. This is about balancing. Then we have the Three of Cups. This is about celebrating. It's an interesting card. Then we have the Queen of Cups in the past. And underneath the Three of Cups, we have the Five of Pentacles. And for the future or near future, we have the Seven of Wands and the King of Swords. To me, the King of Swords is who is truly controlling Kamala. We also have seen that with Mr. B. Obviously, he wasn't in control anymore. And if we really look at everything that is happening now with all her interviews, and really, it's just a mess. And you can really see right away that she is just a puppet being controlled. And I believe that the King of Swords to me feels like the one in control most likely is Mr. O, who was of course the president before Mr. T in 2016. So this is the presidency before that. I'm sure you can figure out who I'm talking about. I believe that it's going to be more and more obvious that he is behind that, or sort of trying to control that. We see balancing. We also see a celebration. So I ultimately think that this will just help Mr. T more. And I think that's also the intention, to really show people what's been going on. They feel left out in the cold by Kamala. They feel completely like she is not going to help us. She's not going to bring anything. And we see this balancing, rebalancing. We see, of course, the celebration. So I believe, especially with the celebration, that it's more concerning that it will be in favor of the Americans to see things clearly. And I've also shared this morning a clip from, this was on a Telegram channel. It was sharing it about in New York, people are waking up. We just don't see that. We still, of course, see the narrative that the media is trying to spin, but we don't see the large group of people waking up that this is really not what they want. And so many people getting involved. Also, the early voting is already happening. And a lot of, I will mention this as well in my card reading about the coming period and the voting. I've kind of put that in the second card reading. What is going to happen, of course, now until November 5th. And there are lots of irregularities already happening, like people wanting to vote early, and then apparently when they show up there, someone already cast a vote for them, which is very strange. So I think this also will be the time and the voting that these things are going to be so obvious and happening. So we also see that I believe the white hats are in control, and they'll try to push this through our throats with Kamala. They'll really try to push her to sell her, but it's not going to go anywhere. It will just leave people more and more like, this is not what we want. They'll try to, they'll try, but this is just going to rebalance everything. And like I've mentioned with the Three of Cups, I believe this will be in favor of the people of America. So that's the energy I've got for Kamala. The second thing I wanted to take a look at is the energy for the voting and the next period we have ahead of us. Well, first of all, this card fell out, the Death card. This is an ending. The Death card is, of course, how do you say this? It's a major arcana card, so it's a long process. But we really are in the process of the old falling away and the new coming up, like a new beginning. And I do believe that this will be like a new beginning, and people are seeing it. The old narratives, it's falling apart. So I left that to the side, and the card I've got, this is the influence on the central card. Again, the King of Swords. Very important. He tries to wiggle his way everywhere, and I think it's going to be very obvious that there are other puppets, or at least the masters behind the puppets are going to be shown. We see the 6 of Wands. It's going to be a victory. I believe it's going to be a victory for Mr. T, especially over this guy. We see in the 7 of Pentacles, this is in the past, and we have the Chariot underneath the 6 of Wands. This is really moving forward, moving away, taking back control again. For the near future, we have the Ace of Cups and the 4 of Swords, and this card also was at the back of the deck, showing like there's going to be justice. We're really going to see more and more things. I do believe at this moment in time, because I am of course now laying the cards for this, that it will continue. So November 5th will, because for a while there were like, I also see things like, well, it's not going to happen. They're going to push it away. I do think they're going to try all kinds of things to push it out. How do you say this? Try to postpone it. They will try to do crazy things, you know, to put Mr. T in a certain label. They're already trying to do that. But I believe right now with the Ace of Cups, at the moment that I'm reading this, that it will continue. But there will be something confusing. It might take a little while before it will be all official. But it's going to be a victory, I believe, for Mr. T. It's quite obvious. And even if they're trying to push Kamala through, it will look so out of place that I don't think anyone is going to buy that. But we see here the people in America moving away from this, leaving this behind, taking control. It's falling apart, and justice will be served finally. It will be all rebalanced, and it's all necessary. People need to see it. You can try to tell them, but they will not experience unless they really see it happening to them. So this is going to be very interesting. So at this moment when I'm making this video, I believe that it will continue. It will happen on November 5th. Of course, if something, you know, something completely out of the blue will happen, and they'll try, the dark energies are going to try, get like a rabbit out of a hat. We'll have to wait and see at that moment in time. But right now it feels like it will continue, and it will happen next week. So we'll have to wait and see what they're going to try to do, of course, from the dark energies, because they know this is... They're not on the good side anymore. They are not capable of, you know, how to say this, continuing their narrative and pushing people. They want it to be pushed. The last reading is really about the Netherlands, the energy of the Netherlands. I just felt like doing that. There's a lot of things happening here in the Netherlands as well. And I just wanted to take a look. Well, first of all, we have the Empress. Then we have the 9 of Wands, and very interesting, this one is in the past, but before I started shuffling, this one fell out, and this is about old pains. So I believe a lot of old things are going to come up in the Netherlands, politically, other things, other scandals, especially with the 9 of Wands as well. That's also about old pains. You see, he already has a wound from something else, from another fight, and he's preparing for another one. So while there's nothing happening. So this is really an old reaction. We're going to get a lot of old things happening. And the last card, the last influence on the central card is the Queen of Wands. So that's white-hat influences. And not only that, but we also have the King of Wands for the future and the Knight of Cups. So really what's happening right now, the white hats are more and more showing themselves. And this will be connected with old things coming up, old political things that are happening. I believe it's all connected with, it's also connected with children here in the Netherlands. We still have someone that has been getting away with a lot of things here in the Netherlands. I'm afraid I won't be able to mention the name, but the people in the Netherlands most likely will know about this. This is someone in the Ministry of Justice, very high position, connected to Mark, our former Prime Minister, who's now the head of the NATO. interesting how that works, but he's connected to that, and I do think things about that are going to come out as well. It's like they won't be able to stop it anymore. And people were still hoping for changes because of the political party PVV, who's now they really were hoping with Wilders that things are going to change, and they're seeing right now that's not changing. Nothing is changing, and that will help bringing in a completely different energy. And this is of course also to show people that we shouldn't depend on all these political parties anymore, and we should step away from that as well. So there's so much going on there as well, but in the Netherlands, interesting things happening. We're going to see more and more with the white hats coming to the forefront. And I'd like to leave it at this. Hope to see you in another video. Bye.